Requesting all the members to be on the hall, please. And also requesting our faculty, Sinima Kumar Chakraborty, who happens to be taking the next session, to carry on with this second technical session instead of third technical session. Because our second technical session, our speaker was CA Devasis Ghosh, who is stuck up in a jam which is standing there at ease for 1 hour. So not wasting much of our time, because we have a time constraint, because the mayor will be at 5:30. So now I will request our third technical session faculty, CA Nimral Kumar Chakraborty, and requesting CA Shravani Bhattacharya, she is the convener of the South Calcutta CPE Study Circle. Please welcome the speaker and the convener with a handful of applause. So we are now starting our third technical session, would be followed by the second technical session. After this session, we will be taking up the second technical session. So now it's over to Shravani to have introduced the speaker.
A very good afternoon to all my senior members present over here. We have our very own CA Nirmal Chakraborty. He is a very seasoned finance and accounting professional with over 20 years of expertise in audit, taxation, ULB accounting and financial management, a qualified chartered accountant, cost accountant, MBA finance and an LLB. He completed 10 certification courses, especially public finance and government accounting, corporate social responsibility reporting and impact assessment, business responsibility and sustainability reporting, Ind AS, GST, forensic audit, etc. from ICAI, and also social impact assessor from NISM. He has contributed extensively as a faculty member, mentor, and guest faculty for institutions like ICAI, RTI Kolkata, and NSATI West Bengal. He has led financial management projects, including the DFID aid DEAS project, and partnered with reputed CA firms for corporate and World Bank funded audits. An avid researcher and author, he has published widely on urban governance, government accounting, and financial inclusions. So now I will be giving this stage to him to give his deliberations over to... Yes, please.
Tapas Mondal to come and give him a...
CA Tapas Mondal, please come and give the memento and the Auditorium, please.
So let us put our hands together for the learned speaker who is with us. Thank you, Shravani. Thank you, Nirmal. Please continue with your session, please.
Thank you, and good afternoon of all of you. Actually, the speaker has already been late. You have already announced. For that reason, I have to take that particular session. My session is rather some late. Okay, so we just what is actually the motto of that particular session? What is the main topic or part of this particular session? The governance, risks and compliance, role of the chartered accountants in the autonomous body. So, actually my topic is financial reporting standard and transparency. But I just want to, if I am talking in this Bengali and also English, is it any problem for any person? No. Okay. So actually I want to share one story regarding that particular topic, the dharmic balance. A tale of three pillars. That is the compliance, governance, risks and compliance. In the ancient, একটা পুরনো দিনের একটা নগরের কথা সেটাকেই বলা হচ্ছে এখানে নাগরিকা বলে নাম. The Nagarika situated in the heartland of India. Sir, without mic, everybody is listening in this last. Okay. In the ancient town of Nagarika, actually it is situated heartland of India. Three well-famous persons were appointed to oversee the town's smooth functioning. What are the smooth functioning? Actually, our motto of that particular seminar, that is the governance, risks and compliance. So they were interested by the central kingdom. ওখানকার যে রাজা ছিল তারাই ঠিক করেছেন যে এই তিনজন লোক ফেমাস লোক তাদেরকে দিয়ে কাজ করাবে. To work together under the banner of the Autonomous Nagar Sabha. Eta Autonomous Nagar Sabha, a local body with the powers to manage its own affair under the local body framework. Under the local body framework, the three persons they have selected by their Raja, king or whatever may be that time, the ancient city. The framework, actually, these three persons has the different perception for the total development of that particular town. So, in that way, the governance is the visionary. Governance, the eldest person, was wise and full of ideals. He set policies, defined the town's goals, and promoted welfare scheme. His role was to lead and provide the vision. However, in his zeal to transform the town, he sometimes overlooked disguised danger or unforeseen circumstances. He overlooked. He is that type of person. His goal is to achieve their goal. Only his role is to achieve their goal, not any other thing. He is forced and pointed to achieve the goal. Now, the second person, so on that basis, the governance, this is the Chanakya Niti and also the Samgita. Jat jat acharati shrestha tadatta ere taro jana sajat pramannang kurute loko tadanu vartate. Always we follow the great man. Governance actually is the famous and the eldest person. So all peoples are followed that particular path. But the governance remembered this verse as a guideline principle. যেরকম চাণক্যর নীতিতে যেভাবে বলা আছে বা গীতাতে যেভাবে বলা আছে সেই অনুযায়ী আর কি প্লে করতো, যে সেই অনুযায়ী চলতো, যে আমি যা বলবো সেই অনুযায়ী আদার ফলোয়াররাও চলবে সবাই. দিস ইজ দ্য নেচার অফ দ্য গভর্নেন্স. দ্য রিস্ক, হি ইজ the watchful protector. The risk was the vigilant young man. He observed the market changes, the local tension, financial weakness, and natural threats like the drought or flood, political anarchy. He has already been watchful. He is a watchful protector. He often warned the governance about the unforeseen pitfall. কিছু যদি অসুবিধে হয় সেটা আগে থেকে অ্যালার্ম করতো যে না, দিস আর দ্য থিংস টু বি কনসিডার্ড বিফোর অ্যাপ্লাইং দিস. বাট সামহাউ দ্য থার্ড ম্যান অলসো দেয়ার. ফর দ্যাট রিজন গীতা বা চাণক্য শ্লোক অ্যাকচুয়ালি বলছে প্রারম্ভে কুর্যাত বিচারং বুদ্ধিমান কারণং ফলং সম্ভবং চ চিন্তয়েত পূর্বম. So before we do any work, we have to think before. So what can be happen? Why I am doing? What the result might be? And will I be successful in that particular project, or some work has been assigned to me? So, and after getting the satisfactory action, he will go ahead. That should be go ahead. The risks constantly asks these questions while governance planned risks safeguard. The third person, she is the lady, youngest lady. Ensure rules were followed. Actually, compliance is the Shastra. That this is the bylaws, or like that, the law, obeying the law, always his thinking is like that. So his thinking is like that. She reviewed the tax submission, contract implementation, whether they are in order or not, and local regulation like the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment. She held the mirror to both governance and risks, reminding them of the constitutional mandates and the citizen chartered. Actually, what is written in the law, what is the commitment to the public, he look after this. She held the mirror to both governance and risks. She ensured that both ambition and caution stayed within the ethical and legal bounds. Certainly that should be, but not at all time. 1 year now, in that particular Nagarika, one of the project has been to build up a solar power irrigation system, was proposed by the government. Proposed by the governance. Risks cautioned about the monsoon unpredictable. If this project is running, so unpredictable risks is the actually he warned to the governance. For that reason, he already alarmed for the monsoon is unpredictable, so the cost overrun and also certainly time overrun. Compliance pointed to gap in the environment clearance, whether it is environment friendly. Now crisis, what is the crisis? This project, after having the governance in his passion overruled both. He will not comply, he will not accept the words of the risks and also the compliance. So what happened? Citing urgency and public demand, the project began but soon faced delayed audit queries and the protest from the farmers. So these are the things, consequences that happen for disobeying the compliance and the risks. অতিদর্শিতং সর্বত্র নশেয় ঋজুগা দ্রুমা প্রথমং ছিদ্দান্তে. A person should not be too honest. State trees are cut first. বড় গাছগুলো আগেই ঝড়ে পড়ে যায় বা মাথা ভেঙে যায় বা কাটা হয়. The hasty righteousness of governance led to imbalance. This desire caused internal conflict among the trio. Now, some ঝামেলা শুরু হয়ে গেল তিনজনের ভেতরে. তো what happened? So how to restoring this harmony between this governance, risks and compliance? The realizing this error, the Nagar Sabha convent, তিনজনে একসাথে বসলো, নগরে সব লোকজন একসাথে ডেকে সভা করা হলো. The village elder, that is the first person who is the governance, realized that as a reminder to surrender to collective wisdom. He has surrendered collective wisdom rather than the individual pride. This is very important for any project. If the project is framed in the different way and for the betterment for the people, focus to the outcomes of the project, but when it is implemented, then the project is not play the real role. For that reason, the project is stuck or half done. And whatever may be the benefit or outcomes get out of that project, it will be deviated if it is not done a togetherness with the governance, the risks consideration, and the compliances. From this story, we can learn, what is we learn? We learn the governance, risks, and also the compliance. These are the three pillars of our profession. And also for the government, each and every government project has to be followed by the three pillars. Now going to that particular insight of that this is a story, but what is the role of the chartered accountant in autonomous and local bodies, enhancing financial reporting standard and transparency? Chartered accountants are central to the financial integrity and the good governance of the urban local bodies and rural local bodies. As a decentralized institution, manage substantial public fund and deliver essential services. High quality financial reporting is no longer optional. That point has already been discussed by Mr. Goel. It is not an optional high quality report. You have to just prepare the report within the time and as per the norms, as per the municipal accounting manual guideline, and also that should be presented within the 30th June or 15th of May for every day. You have to complete it every year. So it is not an optional for the non-corporate. We don't say the non-corporate, for the PRI and ULBs. We are talking about this topic. So it is fundamental to accountability, performance monitoring, and access to grant. Until and unless it will be followed, the grant will not be sanctioned from the department. Financial reporting local bodies must be accurately reflected the financial health and operation. We are talking about what is the motto of the 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment. The major motto is to just decentralize the power, to devolution the power to collect the property tax, and by their own fund the organization will be sustainable. And this particular phase has one step carried out, and one step further, 15th Finance Commission has already been recommended to enhance the revenue. It has already been said by the Mr. Goel. So nowadays, not that you are only depending on the grant or subscription from the government. At present, all the fund came specifically for the purpose, and not that for even if at present salary grant is given 85% to the municipality, 15% to be borne by the municipal fund own generated revenue. So like that way, and another thing is that we are giving the service. If we give service without cost, then the value of the citizen against the service is very মনে হয় আমরা বিনা পয়সায় পাচ্ছি, like that. It has no value. For that reason, you see many places in our state itself, in Kolkata also, sometimes the tab of this call, that is the tab of this tab is already been open and the water is flown away. So these are the things to be stopped, and now the government also think that whatever may be the service we delivered, that should be based by the some recovery of the cost on the basis of the service. So service recovery also one part for our to get the revenue and to get the sustainability of any urban local bodies at presently.
Sir, can I add one point here?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, just one thing. Whenever we are doing the auditing, the two things we are missing. Accounting standard for local bodies, right? It is not recommendatory now. 2 have been made mandatory, 2 and 5. And what I have seen it, most of the CAs when we are doing it, we don't follow that ASLB 2 and 5.
2 and 5, I have already, further we go to the accounting standard also, the ASLB accounting standard.
Just one more thing, for every CA, our CA Institute from last year has started giving this special award of financial reporting for urban local bodies also. Last year we did it and got it for the Jharkhand for 2 cities. So just when we were reviewing, I was also a reviewer there, just for reviewing, when you are preparing the audit report, please, apart from normal balance sheet, etc., add 2-3 more sections so that you get the good marks. About the city, there are 5 to 10 marks are there. So when you're preparing the audit report, please add a section about the city also, right? Some indicators about the organization structure of the city. So when our CA Institute evaluates the audit report for the financial reporting quality awards, apart from balance sheet, receipts and payment, income expenditure, they also check these 3 parameters. So in that way, you can make sure your cities get the award also.
Actually, sir, another thing is that in West Bengal, specifically in the West Bengal, the CAG is conducting this audit. Okay, only the internal audit can be done by the CA. But in the other state, if you go to the Odisha and this other state, the CA is entitled to conduct the statutory audit also for, and then the CAG, the supplementary audit like that, the PSU concern. But at present, and in the State Act, the Municipal Act 1993 actually, it emphasizes that if the state is, it is the option of the state, whether they can convert into this private, the CAs as an auditor. If the state permit, then it can be done by the CA. One in that regard, I just remember one cases in ISGP. Once upon a time, the 3,500 GPs are unaudited at the point of time. So somehow that time our firm is the auditor of that particular statutory auditor of that ISGP project. So then by special resolution, if some audit is not done by these GPs, the fund will not allotted by the World Bank. So by compulsion, then the government has ordered the CA can conduct the Panchayat audit. And then more than 60 CAs are conducting these 3,500 GPs. So if the government necessity, if the government permits to conduct the statutory audit of the ULB, then only we can conduct the statutory audit. For Pankaj has already been the best practice or best balance sheet. In our locality in West Bengal, it cannot be possible as we are not the statutory auditor of this organization at present. Okay. So there are so many things in this particular accountable financial reporting is the backbone of accountable and governance. The financial reporting of the local body must be accurately, and more of this, we are knowing this accounting standard, this normal accounting standard which has been followed by the day-to-day our activity for the auditing purpose, day-to-day auditing and accounting purpose. This accounting standard also applicable in the ULB also. And for that reason, this nationally recommended accounting standards for the local bodies, this is also some recommendatory in nature at present. But presently, Pankaj has told 2 accounting standard has already been mandatory mandatorily implemented, but it is a state-specific jurisdiction or it is a government? 2 and 5. Actually, cash flow and 5 is? No, 2 is cash flow, I think. So far, knowledge goes. Okay, fine. I just look into this matter. But stock. No, stock is 2 is the inventory valuation. This is the normal. Accounting standard for the local bodies. There are 27 accounting standard for the local bodies already published by this ICAI at present. But out of that, this is a recommendatory, but somehow the Pankaj has told 2 accounting standard. Generally, the cash flow is recommendatory in nature, but as per the Finance Commission, 15th Finance, the cash flow is very much required for this ULB. But we are not just prepare this cash flow that due to this lack of our knowledge in this municipal domain, as there must be some constraint for the capacity building in this municipal stuff. Those who are doing this accounting and all these things. This is also an avenues for the CA. We can just train that staff to upgrade, etc. That is already conducted, also been conducted at the ADAI, Administrative Training Institute of West Bengal, NSATI. Borrowing cost. Borrowing cost and the cash flow is mandatory. But although it is mandatory from the ASLB, but we are conducting the fund-based accounting for every panchayat and municipality. So AS12 is much more applicable and AS10 also partially applicable except the revaluation. And once upon a time at the conversion, when we just going to this DEA system in West Bengal, Bihar and other states also, in West Bengal when they conduct the conversion of the double entry system, then the actual cost by actual value has been valuation rule. As per the NAM, the valuation rule in West Bengal is not followed like that way, but in Bihar, they have followed the valuation rule. And as per the valuation rule, certainly this cost is more, the liability is poor, or whatever may be the mismatch, whatever may be the difference, that will be just put into the general reserve. Once upon a time, there is a concept that at the initial stage. But we are following subsequently the double entry accrual system in West Bengal. All 127 ULBs has implemented the accrual double entry accounting system, and it has been carried for a long period of time. 2006, the first pilot project by the DFID funded, and it will continue for the 5 years, and then 85 others and additional 85 non-KMA area that has been included, and at present 127 ULBs are conducting their accounting under the double entry accounting system, double entry accrual accounting system. Presently, one development is also there. Earlier, the accounting system, the accounting is pending for a period 2 years, 3 years, but at present that will come into this effect probably on the September onwards. The one software has been prepared by the government, state government, and that is implemented from September probably, so far my knowledge goes. And that is the cloud-based software, and Oracle-based and cloud-based software, and that is web-enabled, and real-time accounting should be done by that help of this software. So there is now lack of just pending entries which can be just put into this. This is also another domain, but somehow the municipality main constant is that the manpower concept. The staff of the municipality, generally they are the less educated in the finance and the finance profession or other, the 1 or 2% on the graduate and most of the undergraduate till date. So that is a challenge for just conversion of the double entry system and continuing carry over AS2 and additional borrowing cost. And in ULB, in our West Bengal ULB scenario, I think no ULB are capable of just issuing the bond. So bond cannot be issued. Why the bond cannot be issued? Because of there is a negative balance in their municipal fund, or there is a huge liabilities over their assets. So before issuing the bond, there should be the credit rating agency criteria that cannot be fulfilled. So this is a challenge for our state. Basically, in other state, there's some of the state has already been running well, and they have already web-based system, and all are converted into the linkage of ERP system of accounting. So the transitional period, this is allied with the National Municipal Accounting Standard. Some of the municipality and the states, they have directly followed the National Municipal Accounting Manual, but some states are just, they are customized in his own, in align with this NAM, they are, for that reason, there is some deviations between this two. If you compare, there is a deviation, some of these calculations or valuation rules, etc. So why we are doing it? At present, it is the mandatory for the double entry. Why? There are 2-3 things is there. The JNURM, the BSUP1 project is there, the basic service for the urban poor, and also the Amrut Otol mission. So these two are mandated to conversion into the double entry system. Until and unless you are converted, no fund will be granted from the end of the government. So they have to convert, they have to update their accounts ready. So this, for that reason, at present, the municipality also upgraded and updated their accounts up to 31st March 2024 till date. JNURM 2006 made the double entry accounting system precondition for the grant, and Amrut also 2015 linked with this funding compliance with this accrual accounting, asset management and audit. Making accounting performance metrics, e-Panchayat mission mode MOPR, digitized PRI under the Priya software. At present, the Panchayat also conducting their entries through the software. The audit trail, it enables the real-time financial reporting, and also the audit online. At present, this particular year, the last year, 2024, the audit has been conducted in the 5 places in Kolkata, 5 to 6 places by the CAG, CAG RA. They are conducting this audit on the online audit online for all the panchayats. This is a great achievement in our West Bengal. All panchayats are audited on centrally in কলকাতা সিএজি 4-5টা জায়গা ঠিক করেছিল, সেখানে তাদের লটস অফ এ গ্রুপ অফ সিএজিস তারা এসে ওখানে বসতো এবং পঞ্চায়েত থেকে খাতা নিয়ে আসতো, বাট অল দ্য ডাটা ক্যান বি ড্রিভেন ডাটা, ওয়েব বেসড ডাটা, দে ক্যান অনলাইন অডিট. This has already been conducted in this last year. So and state-wise adoptions of and timeline, if we say the how, the Maharashtra early 28 implementation the double entry accounting system, and across all these 250 ULBs. Odisha 2020 issued this Odisha Municipal Accounting Manual, which is aligned with these accrual principles and also the NAM. The Uttarakhand 22, the first to revise this municipal accounts manual to include the mandatory ASLB. This state, Uttarakhand, has already been followed the accounting standard for the local bodies. It has already been followed. And Kerala, 2010 onwards, though the Information Kerala Mission, through the Kerala Information Mission, launched the Sankhya and accrual-based ERP and across to 1,200 local bodies. Andhra Pradesh 2015 onward, roll out the e-Panchayat platforms with accrual accounting and the project monitoring. Gujarat 2013 adopted double entry accrual accounting system, ASLB, and all ULBs in collaborating with this CPT University in this ICAI and ICAI. The ICAI has 27 ASLB already published and covering the cash and accrual, along with this IPSAS, International Public Sector Accounting Standard. This ensures uniformity in this reporting across the highly diverse set of local bodies. Highly diverse set of local bodies for universal purpose to ensuring the uniformity of this reporting, this should be done. What is the contributions of the CA? Advising on adoptions of the ASLB, this is also one domain. The municipality already furnished this accounting standard for the local bodies. So if you just impart the knowledge to the municipal staff, what is the local bodies accounting standard, what is in it, that is also a part of the opportunity for the CA. The training to the staff in compliance with this, applying this ASLB on budgeting, that is ASLB 24. Revenue ASLB 923 and asset 17 and provisions 19. These are the accounting standard you can give the training and compliance purpose. And moreover, preparing the financial statement that reflect a true and fair view, enabling the better fiscal management and inter-period comparability. Uttarakhand became the first state to formally update the municipal accounting manual with ASLB provision, mandating audit in the line of the ASLB 2, that is the cash flow, and 5, this borrowing cost. Now in our West Bengal, what is the status? West Bengal, the double entry accounting system already been implemented, but they don't prepare the ASLB 2 or cash flow 3. They don't, for that reason, in West Bengal, the receipt payment is the just cash flow, treated as a cash flow by the government. But it is not compulsion. For that reason, cash flow will not be done by the ULBs at present. The preparation financial statement, and these are the ASLBs already significant. The presentation of the financial statement, cash flow statement is ASLB 2 and 5 is for the borrowing and 12 for the inventories. These are also, we have normally when we prepare these accounts, we are also followed that particular thing into considerations for the balance for preparation of the financial statement or for the audit purpose. And this cash flow, presentation of financial statement, borrowing cost, inventories, property and plants, provisions and contingencies, revenue from exchange transaction. Revenue from, what is the revenue from the exchange transaction? Can you just, anybody, or not the front, but the back? Revenue from the exchange transaction and revenue from the non-exchange transaction. Can you just guess, and whatever may be your thought, can you, sir, anybody? Anybody volunteer, please? What is revenue from exchange transaction and revenue from non-exchange transaction as per the SALB concept? Huh? Yes, sir. Property tax is the non-exchange transaction. Non-exchange transaction means we cannot give any service. If the municipality stops service everything, you have to pay the property tax as you are the owner of the property. But exchange exchange revenue, that means municipality gives some service and you will pay for that. Like as when you just for our any occasion, the water tanker against the water tank, we are taking out from the ULB for that reason, any service charges. Even if the community hall, they are giving on the rent. That is exchange transaction by exchange revenue. Non-exchange revenue is only the property tax. So without giving any service, the municipality, this is the common service that included in this property tax. And presently, another thing is that our property tax collection is very poor in West Bengal. Why? There is a reason. The census, one cause is the census. Don't know how many dwellers and how many holders are there. As per the holding number, the property is to be identified. So there is no GIS tagging for the property. So the municipality and corporation also cannot know when the new who will the actually taxpayer and who will not the taxpayer. The coverage of the municipal tax at present 70%, not the full 100% in West Bengal. Another thing is that the realization from the earlier, there are two types of the revenue income, the property tax, from the property tax. One is the area, another is the current property tax. And there is a subdivisions of also the property tax for the domestic, property tax for the business, commercial, and third one is for the government. These two, it is not specifically identified. Suppose this is the property tax for the residential property. Another is commercial property. But into this residential property, if do any business somehow, that should be converted into this commercial, that should be. But there is no such vigilance, no such tagging. There is no tagging between that. There are some tagging is there, some service or certification has been generated through the software, but these are all softwares are isolated. The property tax not linked with the ERP, the accounting software. The date and birth, this is also an another module. And the trade license also in this another separate module. So it is not integrated yet. So if there is an integration, then the proper picture from the balance sheet or their financial statement can be the judge can be shown by this municipality, and that should be more transparent also. So another thing is that the revenue, the two parts of the revenue, one is area and another part is the current revenue. The current property tax revenue, we are just go to this municipality and give in, not only in the, not for the, I'm not talking about the Calcutta Municipal Corporation, for the other cities, other district or other municipality. You have to go by and with the last payment paid municipal tax receipt, and then only they will give this how much amount is due and they will collect the property tax, like that way. So there is no tagging how much amount of the area, or at present if there is an area I have to make the reminder or just to collect the tax. So the collections from the property tax of the area demand is only 20 to 25% from area. And these are lying for the more than 15 years in most of the municipality. So this is also, and the inflated figures which is given as the receivable, shown as receivable. This is the practical scenario in this West Bengal specifically. The first time adoption SLV 33, the budget information, and also one more thing we are just want to share, the budgeting. The municipality in West Bengal not prepared the budgeting as per the norms. There is no norms actually. The earlier also the annual accounts in the manual. Manually they are prepared the annual accounts, only the receipt payment and income expenditure and no balance sheet earlier. This annual, from the annual accounts they are preparing the budget. Although there is a software, and the software at present, the real-time software has been introduced from September, probably from September. In that software they have tagged the code-wise every budgeting part. That their budgeting is prepared on the basis of just to judge generally municipal budget, and every budget of the government in India should be prepared on the bottom-up approach, not the top-down. In municipalities specifically, one at the period of juncture for the conversion of the double entry accounting system, that time, one project is that the DDP, that is draft development plan for the 5 years, that is a research, the many firm has involved in that, on CA firm involved, and this is an enormous work has been done that time. And that way, after that, the budget should be prepared on that. In the case of the committee, actually this ward committee, and then the para concept cluster, and then that will be upward. What are the needs of the dweller, citizen? For the citizen, they are allocating their budget, then that should be prioritized, and then that will be sanctioned by the Board of Councillor, and then the CIC and BOC and chairman, etc. This is the process. But at present, no scientific budget has been implemented. Budgeting system has been implemented in this municipality in West Bengal. And moreover, one thing, in presence of Mr. Goel also, I just want to share. Municipality is conducting their all this estimation.
So I am now inviting our next speaker, CA Devashish Ghosh. Put your hand together for inviting him. So I also request Abhijit Pathak sir to come on the dais, because the current coordinator is not present with us. So you just be the chairman of this committee. ওখানে একটু নেম প্লেটটা সরিয়ে দাও। Both of them are CIA, member of the IIA Calcutta chapter, both of them. Devashish there is a CIA, but না আপনি চেয়ারে থাকুন। আচ্ছা বসুন স্যার। I'll now request Abhijit to give a Auditorium to our learned speaker, Devashish Ghosh, and also a memento to him. Let me introduce Sri Devashish Ghosh. He is a fellow member of the Institute, member of the Institute of Internal Auditors, USA, and associate member of the Certified Fraud Examiner, alumni of St. Xavier's College, Kolkata. He has also been done management course from ISB, Hyderabad. And he has over 36 years of experience in industry and big four audit firms in finance, auditing, risks and control assurance, system implementations and business process re-engineering. He was chief internal auditor of 3 listed entities in NBFC, telecom and EPC sector. During his tenure in corporate for 17 years, he is presently working as director of Sanghi and Company, a leading CA firm having pan-India operations with 9 offices and leading the risks advisory vertical in Kolkata. Mr. Ghosh is the past president of Institute of Internal Auditors India, Calcutta chapter. For 18-19, he is presently the vice president of ICAI India and member of the executive committee. He was the co-chairman of National Council of Internal Auditors, Risk Management Association of 2018 to 2021, Harmony Treasurer of Eastern Chamber of Commerce 2017 to 22. He was also the special invitee to Internal Audit Committee of EIRC ICAI for the year 22-23. Was presently advisor to the Internal Audit Standard Board of ICAI. He is a good speaker in different forums, including ICAI, ACCA, IIA, ASSOCHAM, MCC, and other forums. With this, I'll also request our session chair to come on the dais. आप आइए, लेट हो गए थे आपको. I'll request. थोड़ा ये तो इंट्रोड्यूस कर ही दिया हो, तो थोड़ा कुछ जो बोलना है तो थोड़ा बोल दीजिए. इसके पे इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं. ये टेबल रखे देंगे क्या? हमको बुके वगैरह देंगे क्या? वो तो थैंक्स बुके देंगे, फ्लावर बुके? नहीं वो नहीं देंगे. अभी न्यू चॉकलेट वाला सेशन चेंज हो गया. वही तो हम देखते हैं. हाँ.
Since so much are introduced, so I just welcome our guest speaker of the session, Devashish Ghosh, to kindly please attend the audiences. Thank you, sir. Yes, please.
Good afternoon to all dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, and all my fellow professional colleagues. So it gives me immense pleasure to address to this August gathering, and I especially thank ICAI and also the Committee on Public and Governance, Government Financial Management for organizing 2-day conference in Kolkata. You see, ICAI has introduced an annual award for promotion of accounting reforms in local bodies. I think that's a very great step towards betterment of the accounting and auditing of the local bodies. These awards not only motivate the accountants to go for accrual system of accounting, also it gives more transparency to the accounting and auditing procedure. Now, I know that the previous speakers must have given a background, but I would start by giving a little background on the Panchayati Raj system. So I'll just, So you see, Panchayati Raj system was conceptualized in as long as 1959, but however, this was actually made statutory, put a statutory status. So how the midday meal scheme is conducted, what are the budgets for that, how the vendor enlistment has been done for the providing meal to the children and all that. So that is very important to audit. I mean,